party had been through a lot. Goblins, easy. Undead, the odor was rough, yet no problem. An angry noble whose prize poodle they accidentally turned into a fire elemental? Well, that was complicated. But nothing prepared them for the priest's Jeff incident. They'd been sent to a small fishing village to deal with a tentacle problem. Now, most of the party assumed this meant some sort of sea monster, maybe a few Sahoogan or a Koatoa causing trouble. But no, when they arrived, they found the entire town gathered around a rickety wooden pier, watching in absolute horror as a tentacle-covered man in seaweed robes ranted atop a soapbox, his tongue a withering suckered appendage, his hands webbed and glistening, his voice booming like a thunderstorm.
Bow before the mighty Lord Krakazal. Submit and your pathetic town shall be spared from...
That's when the party's barbarian Bobby raised a hand. Hey, excuse me. What's your name? Bobby elbowed the warlock Tux and whispered, establishing a rapport.
Jeff, Brother Jeff of the Lord Krakazal Order.
Sorry, did you say Lord Krakazal? The Kraken Priest scowled.
Indeed, the mighty, the great, the abyssal terror, the devourer of ships, the...
Bobby cut him off again. Right. I feel like I heard that name somewhere before. Yeah, The rest of the party looked at Bobby as he scratched his head. Oh, wait a second. Krakazal, that's it. The squid I caught last week. The Kraken Priest just froze. Townfolk froze. The party froze. The party's monk Zad slowly turned to Bobby, shrugging. What the hell, Bobby? The priest just whispered, what? Bobby laughed. Oh yeah, I pulled up this little guy while fishing, just flailing around. Kind of cute, but I thought it looked weird, so I fried it up.
You fried it up?
Oh yeah, I ate it.
You ate him?
The Kraken Priest was now shaking.
You ate the incarnation of the abyss?
He howled, his voice booming over the waves. The party's cleric Sonny cracked. Bobby, you ate a baby kraken.
Well, the Kraken's priest's eyes twitched. Do you have any idea what you have done?
I know exactly what I've done. I used some butter, garlic, a little lemon. Came out great. I'd give you the recipe if you want. The priest's face burned red as his entire body quaked.
He bellowed, I call upon the might of Lord Krakazal. He shall strike you down for this insult.
A seagull cried in the distance. The party stared. The priest's summons still reverberated through the air. They all waited for the Kraken to appear. Oh, right. I ate him. The priest just stood there, realization dawning in his ink-black eyes. His tentacle tongue slowly curled back into his mouth. He said, well, this is awkward. The party didn't even have to fight him. The Kraken Priest just kind of walked away. The villagers cheered. Bobby and the party got free drinks, and somewhere out in the deep, the true Krakens of the ocean shook their heads and whispered, don't send Jeff to do world domination again. Kraken Priest, the chosen of the deep abyss. Kraken Priest are fanatical devotees of Krakens, primordial premier pistons of perpetuity sea monsters that dwell in the abyssal depths of the world's oceans. They view these terrifying, tumultuous titans of creatures as divine beings, masters of the tide, and harbingers of ancient eldritch power. These priests serve as intermediaries between the Krakens and the mortal world, spreading their influence and enacting their will through the dark rites, arcane invocations, and the promise of chaos. Sounds like all-you-can-eat night at Red Lobster. To become a Kraken Priest is not merely a spiritual calling, it's a transformation. Those who serve, those who swear themselves to the Kraken service find their bodies altered, touched by the abyssal depths. The changes are unique to each priest, but some common mutations include ink-black eyes that glisten ever in darkness. A tongue replaced by a small, suckered tentacle that withers when they speak. Mouths or eyes scattered across their bodies, whispering with voices not their own. Their coffee replaced with decaf, a perpetual sheen of seawater clinging to their skin, even when dry. Hands or arms elongated and webbed with fingers like curling tentacles. As they grow in power, these changes intensify, making them less humanoid and more like deep-sea aberrations. They then receive the gifts of the Kraken. Oh, thank you. And I don't mean cool new robes and matching Michael Kors backpacks. No, a Kraken Priest is not just a worshiper. They are a conduit. The Kraken they serve imbue them with power, allowing them to manifest supernatural abilities tied to the deep. These abilities include waterborne blessings. The priest can breathe underwater and swim with unnatural grace, a la Michael Phelps. Tentacle magics. They can summon spectral tendrils to lash out at foes. They can cast Everett's black tentacles and manipulate water as well. The Kraken's voice. If their Kraken is on the same plane, it can speak directly through them in a voice that booms for hundreds of feet, striking terror into the hearts of those who hear it. The Stormcaller. Many Kraken priests can summon tempests, control water, and even call lightning from the sky. They also serve as psychic extensions of their Kraken's will. A Kraken can read the mind of its priest, command their actions directly, or even possess them fully when necessary. When this happens, the priest's body undergoes horrific distortions. Their voice becomes an unnatural, guttural roar, and the very air around them hums with the latent power. Kraken priests are not a monolithic group. Their goals vary based on the Kraken they serve. However, most of them align with one of these powers, harbingers of the abyss. Some priests seek to drown the land, raise sunken temples, and shroud the world in endless storms, like Al Gore. Secret cult leaders in coastal cities and pirate fleets, Kraken priests form cults that worship the deep and gather sacrifices from their monstrous gods. Power-hungry fanatics. Some priests see their patron Kraken as a means to personal power, striking pacts to command sea creatures, control ships, and even ascend into a more monstrous form, if that was possible. The Kraken's herald, the most devoted priests, exists only to serve. They view their Kraken as a true god and will stop at nothing to expand its domain. Kraken priests are feared and reviled by nearly all surface dwellers, but they have specific enemies. First and foremost, sailors and pirates. And not just butt pirates. Many seafarers have lost ships and crews to Kraken worship cults. Clerics of the sea deities. Clerics of the sea deities. Deities? Clerics of the sea deities, followers of Umberlee, Procan, and other Oceanic gods despise Kraken priests as blasphemers. Storm sorcerers and druids, those who wield the power of the sea but do not bow to the Krakens, often find themselves in opposition. Abyssal and infernal warlocks. Many infernal entities consider Krakens to be rivals for mortal devotion, leading to conflicts between their followers. Legendary Kraken priests throughout history. There have been Kraken priests whose names are spoken only in fearful whispers. Soros. Anyway, Femor and Whimsy, twin sisters who became priests after being blessed by a dying Kraken. They spent a decade raising its sole offspring. There's Garrick the Storm-Touched, a former pirate captain who sold his soul to a Kraken for eternal life and now sails an undead ghost ship beneath the waves. That very devil possession-like and crossroad demonish. The Black Oracle of Abyss Reach, a mad prophet who dwells in the sunken city of Abyss Reach, endlessly scrawling forbidden knowledge on the drowned ruins. Sounds like a graffiti artist, but alright. The Deep Maw and the Power Struggle. With a deep maw, a major Kraken power in the oceans, now seemingly absent or weakened, a vacuum has formed beneath the waves. Lesser krakens, ambitious Kraken Priests, and deep-sea warlords now vie for dominance. Some priests believe their Kraken should rise as the new ruler of the abyss, while others claim their master is the true god of the depths. This has led to secret wars between Kraken cults, sabotage of rival factions, and even brutal conflicts between the great Krakens themselves. Many Kraken priests now seek ancient relics of drowned civilizations, hoping to prove their master's supremacy over the ocean depths. Now, if you stuck around for the whole presentation, thank you. Please smash that like and caress that subscribe if you're not already. And we will see you real soon with some monstery goodness. Thank you. Thank you very much.